In this video, I want to share with you the ultimate guide to overcoming procrastination paralysis in 5 easy steps. That April morning of 2004 started with nothing special. The air was a little polluted, the traffic noise of a big city in motion outside. My husband was at work, my kids at school, and I was home writing when the phone rang. It was my mom calling. My father, a true bookworm, was nestled cozily on the couch, completely focused in his latest literary conquest. But all of a sudden, the peaceful silence was shattered by the sound of his heart pounding like a hammer. Ta 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 ta. Beads of sweat trickling down his forehead, and the shortness of breath that made it hard for him to catch his breath. We were instantly alarmed, especially because my father had a history of heart problems, and he was already 78 years old back then. We didn't waste a single moment and hurriedly rushed him to the closest cardiac hospital emergency room. We were anxiously waiting for the news of my father's condition, and the atmosphere was so tense and oppressive. Time seemed to pass in a very slow pace, with every second feeling like an eternity. 2 whole hours passed, and still we were left in the dark about my father's condition. Finally, the doctors emerged from the emergency room with their expressions unreadable. Despite of the alarming symptoms, all the tests had come back normal. We felt a wave of relief wash over us, but confusion still lingered in the air. The doctors questioned my father about what he had been doing before the episode, hoping to have a clue of what happened. And then the answer. He had just finished reading my very first published book in just one sitting. Since my father was an avid bibliophile and held a special place in his heart to read his baby girl's debut book. Positive emotions, apparently, extreme excitement or intense happiness can trigger physical symptoms that mimic those of a heart attack. The racing heart, sweating, the shortness of breath that my father experienced were a result of the overwhelming happiness he felt about reading my first very book. This just hit me in the chest because I was the queen of unfinished projects, and I started to write this book, persevering and kept writing and got it done. I did it! Papa didn't live to see the next books I've published, but however, he read this first one. The book did not become a bestseller, of course, but it has made my father very proud of me. It was a moment that I will never forget. I love to do things in my life that really matter. I am living to accomplish my goals. I'm also living to help other people reach their goals, their own goals. So if you want to have a positive impact on humanity, put words into action and start following your dreams and enjoying the journey while you do it. I left Procrastination Island where the dreams die and excuses reign supreme. You may also wave goodbye to endless to-do list, to the lack of time, to the need of perfection. It's time to break free from the laziness, from getting worried about what the people might think about you or your work, and take action like I did. Procrastination paralysis is a real struggle for many people, especially those who have big dreams but are afraid of what others may think. So how do you do that? Step number 1, Acknowledge your fear. That's the first step of overcoming procrastination paralysis that's holding you back. Are you afraid of failure? Once you recognize these feelings that are holding you back, you can address them. Step number 2, break it down. Another common reason of procrastination paralysis is feeling overwhelmed by a big thing that you have on your hand. It's easier to get stuck before you even start. So break your project into smaller, manageable tasks. Set achievable goals for where you are right now, such as writing for 30 minutes or doing one little thing, doing your first acts towards your goals. Number 3, set a deadline. One of the most effective ways to overcome procrastination paralysis is to set a deadline. Because without a deadline, it's easy to keep pushing your goals further and further to the future. But when you set a deadline, you create a sense of urgency that can be really motivating. Choose realistic deadlines for yourself, because when you work backwards in a timeline, you can really achieve your goals. Number 4, hold yourself accountable. When you are working on a personal project, it's easy to let yourself off the hook when you feel that you're not working. But if you want to overcome procrastination paralysis, you need to hold yourself accountable. You have to find someone who will check on your progress, or maybe use an app. Do something to help you stay on track and make progress. It's about progress and not perfection. Remember that. And step number 5, celebrate your progress along the way. It's easy to get discouraged if you don't see immediate results. But when you celebrate little progress, you can stay motivated and focused in end goal. Make sure to celebrate all along the way. You can do it. I believe in you. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please subscribe to my channel, stay in touch, and write here in the comments below what is your big project that you are going to achieve this year. And I'll see you in the next video. See you there.